Hello everyone, boys, girls and everybody else. Welcome to tonight's video. Thank you for choosing me to help you sleep and for choosing Hugo too. Today's video is kindly sponsored by Raycon. So I currently have my Raycon earbuds in at the moment. Raycon was co-founded by Ray J, and their wireless earbuds come in lots of fun patterns and styles. Hugo is so excited about them that he is already off the bed. Celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Brandy and Mike Tyson are obsessed with Raycons, just like I am. Unlike some of your other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet with no dangling wires or stems. So Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market. Bargain. They sound just as amazing as every other top audio brand you know. And Raycon's newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet, with 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit. Raycon has a 45-day free return policy, so you can make sure they're the pair of wireless earbuds for you. How cool! So if you go to my description, you can click on the link and you can get 15% off your order. Go to buyraycon.com/Scottish to get your exclusive discount code. Let me know in the comments below what colour you get. Hey. You can't really see me at the moment because there is a big dog. There is a big That's it. Thank you, boy. So what we're going to try and do is relax both of you and Hugo. We're going to use different triggers on you both, okay? We're going to use different triggers. We are. Yes, we are, because you're a good boy. We're going to see if both everybody watching and you get the tingles. Do you think dogs can get the tingles? I think they probably can. Okay. What's this? This is this like bottle cleaning brush, which everybody seems to think is like a mini toilet brush. How does this sound? You didn't try to eat it. Oh, we've got a big yawn. I think the toilet brush, well, bottle cleaning brush is for Hugo. Is that right, buddy? Is that right? Shh. Yes, I know you're tired. Sleepy. So today I was actually going to do a different video, and Hugo just decided that he really wanted to be part of today's session, so we changed plans and I decided to let him, because I know a lot of you love seeing Hugo. You love what he brings to the ASMR table. So, what do you think you'll make of this? Oh, he's already watching. We'll do it to the viewers first, okay? definitely either really fearless or very fearful. So and this time you were fearful. You were. He's got my lipstick all down him. Quite slimy today, these ones. Okay. What about, I wonder, is this one? Oh dear. So we had originally started this video. He's going to do it again, I think. We got 4 minutes in, and Hugo saw his reflection in the mirror and started growling, and then he started barking at his reflection in the mirror, which he's never done before. But I think it's just the lights reflecting off of it. You can hear it, right? So you might be able to hear there's a car sound outside. Hugo loves car sounds, don't you, buddy? So he's like really pricked up his ears. Is that a car? He loves a car sound. Any sort of engine sounds, he loves it. But, oh, you are so sleepy. This is our way back. Here, you smell it. It's like we can see your reaction. What do you think of this? No? Do you like the sound? What maybe don't you? No, not impressed. He doesn't like having really anything on him at all, do you? You do not. Clever sausage. I call him all sorts of names. I call him Wolf, Wolfie, Monkey, Sausage. I don't know why. Maybe because he loves sausages. I call him a clever sausage. Is that nice? You like a nice little scratch, don't you? Nice scratch. You don't lie back where I want you to. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. Right, what's next? What is next? Okay. I wonder how it would sound with slime. We'll try this one. Sorry, I'm sort of like semi-positioned a bit closer to this mic rather than this one. What about tapping? And I keep hitting it as well. I'm going to try and move slightly closer this way so that I avoid that. Here we are. Okay. When he thinks it's food, he'll turn around. His ears are pricked up listening. I'm not sure what did like a camera setup behind his reaction. Is that nice? Or is it just a bit weird? I can't work it out. Is he now hitting that microphone? He's not sure. He's like, abort mission. And he might abort mission. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yes, you're so clever. You're so clever. Set that there for you. What about banana? This is this weird banana thing that we had in the banana video that's like a weird children's toy. It's because it's like a slime scotchy thing. It was funny, so my mum was here the other day. She was helping me clean because we were getting the estate agent out to value the house, and oh no, not value it, to take photos of it, to go in the market. And Hugo was like, so I nipped out to the shops. There's another car, you can hear it, like it. So I nipped out to the shops, and Hugo was nice. My mum came, so she obviously opened the door and whatnot, came in, said hello to the dog, and then she closed the door, so she thought, and then went upstairs. And so when I came back, the front door was lying open, and there was Hugo just like sitting on the steps, and my mum's car was in the driveway, and I was like, oh my goodness, what's happened? But it was fine. She was just upstairs cleaning and didn't realise the door was open. But he never like ran away. He just sat on the steps and watched like cars go by and stuff. So I was very impressed. I was very impressed with you. Yes, because you're a good boy. It's happened before when he was a puppy, and I feel like puppies are more at risk of like running away. And he got out. Somebody left the gate open. I think it was the window cleaners, and I hadn't realised. And the gate was open, and he wasn't in the garden. And I was like yelling. I was about to go into full panic mode because he'd been out there for quite a while. But he was just sitting on the front step at the front door, and it was really wet as well. He was just sitting there. It was so cute. Didn't go anywhere because you love your home. I don't know how you'll feel when I move. I'm not moving far, but when I went to the lodge, he's like, oh yeah, this is fun, I'm away somewhere else. And then he was like, we go to the front door of the lodge, like, take me home please. So I feel like, and then you guys is gonna do that. Take him a while to get him settled in. Take him probably longer than it would take me. Isn't that right, buddy? What do you think of the banana? Oh, that's it. What do you think of this? The banana? Oh, that's it, Nick. See if we just try and stroke him nicely. So he sleeps, and then you will hopefully sleep too. That's it. That's because you almost fell off the bed, buddy. You almost fell off the bed. He's so funny. He's so obsessed with like the filming equipment. Right, so he wasn't loving the banana either. What about if we just like get him to smell some lavender? pause there because Hugo got up and left us, and I had to go and get him some treats because he decided he'd done 15 minutes too long and needed treats. Didn't you? You like treats? No, he's just completely treat focused, so we have these. They're Harrington's Natural Choice Fresh Baked Delicious Chicken Liver Training Treats. They're gently oven baked, freshly prepared chicken liver, grain free. Okay. I know you've got to wait because our next one is this. And he likes this. Don't you? He does. Believe me, I've done it to him quite a few times. I was sitting in the office one day and I was like, I'm going to try this on him. And he does quite like it. Oh, is that nice? Is that nice? Sorry, it's the other way right now so you can't really see his lovely face too much. Oh well, I say that and he turns around. There we are. There we are. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby boy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Now you can't see anything. But lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. He is seriously treat crazy. That's why I try my best not to bring any treats in if I can get away with filming with him, because he'll have his treats and then he will start heading. No, stay. He'll stand up, sit, lie down, lie down. See what I mean? He's now being very naughty because he can see them here. So hopefully they're not in front of him. You're naughty. You later. Maybe a better boy. I'm actually filming in the morning, as you can tell with the light coming in the window. Yes, I'm filming in the morning with the light coming through the window. So he is due to go out to his dog walker very soon. His dog walker comes and picks him up, which is cute. Isn't it, buddy? Yes, it is. I still can't believe how naughty he is. There we are. Okay, so that's that one. And now he's just going to eat himself. See this? He likes this. This here is the head massager. And he does like this. But, yeah. Are you ready for this one? Might as well do it on the microphone just first, okay? Oh, it's really nice, isn't it? I'll do this side so you can see him. Oh, is that good? Yeah. Is that good? Wait, no. Let me pull this up. He's just so naughty. He's looking at me just like, oh, boop, boop, boop.
he's got it. He's eating it. He's attacking. He's biting. He's biting the feather duster. Oh no. Oh no. We've got an attack. Attack. You like eating that? Oh. Oh. You try to sniff out the treats. Lie down. He's found them. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. You're not gonna get them until you lie down. Lie down. Lie down. I'll have that. Forever sniffing the treats, aren't you? Oh, he's gonna hit that microphone. You're very close to that microphone now, aren't you? See, filming with a dog is quite difficult. What's this thing? It's like a massage thing. I don't got no nails at the moment, so my tapping's not very good. What do you think of this, Hugo? What's this like? Is that nice? He's so cheeky. I think what we should do is maybe read a bedtime story. Will you read a bedtime story? No? Lie down. A little bedtime story from this bedtime story book for stressed out adults. Right, lie down. We're just gonna ignore him and hopefully he goes to sleep. Okay, so here we are. I think gift of the mouse. Okay. The mouse. Theodoric Fuller had been brought up from infancy to the confines of middle age by a fond mother, whose chief solicitude had been to keep him screened from what she called the coarser realities of life. When she died, she left Theodoric alone in the world that was as real as ever, and a good deal coarser than he considered it had any need to be. To a man of his temperament and upbringing, even a simple railway journey was crammed with petty annoyances and minor discords, and as he settled himself down in a second-class compartment one September morning, he was conscious of ruffled feelings and general mental discomposure. He had been staying at a country vicarage, the inmates of which had been certainly neither brutal nor bacchanal, but their supervision of the domestic establishment had been of that lax order which invites disaster. Lie down. I'm just gonna ignore him. The pony carriage that was to take him to the station had never been properly ordered, and when the moment for his departure drew near, the handyman who should have produced the required article was nowhere to be found. In this emergency, Theodoric, to his mute but very intense disgust, found himself obliged to collaborate with the vicar's daughter in the task of harnessing the pony, which necessitated groping about in an ill-lighted outbuilding called a stable, and smelling very much like one, except in patches where it smelled of mice. Without being actually afraid of mice, Theodoric clasped them among the coarser incidents of life, and considered that Providence, with a little exercise of moral courage, might long ago have recognised that they were not indispensable and have withdrawn them from circulation. As the train glided out of the station, Theodoric's nervous imagination accused himself of exhaling a weak odour of stable yard, and possibly of displaying a mouldy straw or two on his unusually unusually well-brushed garments. Fortunately, the only other occupation of the compartment, a lady of about the same age as himself, seemed inclined for slumber rather than scrutiny. The train was not due to stop till the terminus was reached in about an hour's time, and the carriage was of the old-fashioned sort that held no communication with the corridor. Therefore, no further travelling companions were likely. And yet, the train had scarcely attained its normal speed before he became reluctantly but vividly aware that he was not alone with the slumbering lady. He was not even alone in his own clothes. A warm, creeping movement over his flesh betrayed the unwelcome and highly resented presence, unseen but poignant, of a strayed mouse that had evidently dashed into its present retreat during the episode of the pony harnessing. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Do you see how many times I had to tell him to lie down there? This is classic Malamute behaviour. They're very, very stubborn. Furtive stamps and shakes and wildly directed pinches failed to dislodge the intruder, whose motto indeed seemed to be Ex-lizer, and the lawful occupant of the clothes lay back against the cushions and endeavoured rapidly to evolve some means for putting an end to the dual ownership. It was unthinkable that he should continue for the space of a whole hour in the horrible position of Roughton, house for vagrant mice. Only his imagination had at least doubled the numbers of the alien invasion. On the other hand, nothing less drastic than partial disrobing would ease him of his tormentor, and to undress in the presence of a lady, even for such laudable a purpose, was an idea that made his ear-tips tingle in a blush of abject shame. He had never been able to bring himself even to the mild exposure of open-work socks in the presence of the fair sex. Oh, bless him. And yet the lady in this case was to all appearances soundly and securely asleep. The mouse, on the other hand, seemed to be trying to crowd a wonder jar into a few strenuous minutes. If there is any truth in the theory of transmigration, this particular mouse must certainly have been in a former state as a member of the Alpine Club. Sometimes, in its eagerness, it lost its footing and slipped for half an inch or so, and then, in fright, or probably temper, it bit. Theodoric was goaded into the most audacious undertaking of his life, crimsoning to the hue of a beetroot and keeping an agonized watch on his slumbering fellow-traveller. He swiftly and noiselessly secured the ends of his railway rug to the sacks on either side of the carriage, so that a substantial curtain hung athwart the compartment. In the narrow dressing-room that he had thus improvised, he proceeded with violent haste to extricate himself partially and the mouse entirely from the surrounding castings of tweed and half-wool. As the unravelled mouse gave a wild leap to the floor, the rug slipping its fastening at either end also came down with a heart-curdling flop, and almost simultaneously the awakened sleeper opened her eyes. With a movement almost quicker than the mouse's, Theodoric pounced on the rug and hauled its ample folds chin-high over the dismantled person as he collapsed into the farther corner of the carriage. The blood raced and beat in the veins of his neck, and forehead while he waited dumbly for the communication cord to be pulled. The lady, however, contented herself with a silent stare at her strangely muffled companion. How much had she seen? Theodoric queried to himself, and in any case, what on earth must she think of his present posture? I think I have caught a chill, he ventured desperately. Really? I'm sorry, she replied. I was just going to ask you if you would open this window. I fancy it's malaria, he added, his teeth chattering slightly, as much from fright as from a desire to support his theory. I've got some brandy in my hotel if you'll kindly reach it down for me, said his companion. Not for words, I mean. I never take anything for it, he assured her earnestly. I suppose you caught it in the tropics. Theodoric, whose acquaintance with the tropics was limited to an annual present of a chest of tea from an uncle in Ceylon, felt that even the malaria was slipping from him. Would it be possible, he wondered, to disclose the real state of affairs to her in small statements? Are you afraid of mice? He ventured, growing, if possible, more scarlet in the face. Not unless they come in quantities. Why do you ask? I had one crawling inside my clothes just now, said Theodoric, in a voice that hardly seemed his own. It was a most awkward situation. It must have been if you wear your clothes at all tight, she observed. Mice have strange ideas of comfort. I had to get rid of it while you were asleep, he continued. Then with a gulp he added, it was getting rid of it that brought me to this. Surely leaving off one small mouse wouldn't bring on a chill, she exclaimed, with a levity that Theodoric accounted abominable. Eventually she detected something of his predicament and was enjoying his confusion. All the blood in his body seemed to have mobilized in one concentrated blush, and an agony of abasement worse than a miniature mouse crept up and down his soul. And then, as reflection began to assert itself, sheer terror took the place of the humiliation. With every minute that passed, the train was rushing nearer to the crowded and bustling terminus, where dozens of prying eyes would be exchanged for one paralysing pair that watched him from the farther corner of the carriage. There was one slender, despairing chance, which the next few minutes must decide. His fellow traveller might relapse into a blessed slumber, but as the minutes throbbed by, the chance ebbed away. The furtive glance that Theodoric stole at her from time to time disclosed only an unwinking wakefulness. I think we must be getting near now, she presently observed. Theodoric had already noted with growing terror the recurring stacks of small, ugly dwellings that heralded the journey's end. The words acted as a signal, like a hunted beast breaking cover and dashing madly towards some other haven of momentary safety. He threw aside his rug and struggled frantically into his dishevelled garments. He was conscious of the tall suburban stations racing past the window, of a choking, hammering sensation in his throat and heart, and of an icy silence in that corner toward where he dared not look. Then he sank back down in his seat, clothed, almost delirious. The train slowed down to a final crawl, and the woman spoke. Would you be so kind, she asked, as to get me a porter to put me into a cab? It's a shame to trouble you when you're feeling unwell, but being blind makes one so helpless at a railway station. She was blind. She was blind. Oh goodness. All of that. And she was blind. Well, thank you very much for joining me and Hugo for today's ASMR session. He has been a naughty boy. You've experienced his naughtiness, but I hope seeing this doggy still made you happy and made you smile. Say bye.